Yeah, I remember this gallery owner, no, this curator talking about just being a curator, and he was saying he like the amount of emails he gets from artists being like, "Hey, here's what I'm up to.
Yeah.
Are you interested?" And he just got to a stage where now he doesn't respond to any of them.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, that's just kind of the way the world is now, with especially being creative. It's just, basically, like the normal job market, it's just sending out loads of crap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
applying for part-time jobs now, and that's...
It's pretty... The job market's pretty tough around here where we live.
It is quite tough. I mean, especially like when you try going for like entry-level things, but then they require you to have some experience, and like...
I know.
That's why I'm going for entry-level, because I have no experience, but okay.
Yeah, it's rough. And now and then the uni send out like job stuff, don't they?
Yeah, so I actually went to that. They were doing not like a job fair, but so I went to that last week, and that was pretty interesting because it was like a few more creative people were there, and I spoke to a few people, so that kind of went well and piqued some interest of some places, because I've been trying to find communities in Swansea, like creative, because beyond the university, it's like, where do I find these people? I mean, I've looked at, there is like Creative Swansea, so they run like loads of different like events and things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they're doing one now for film and script. So yeah, they run like lots of different little events. I think what was the name of the coffee shop by the Alex building? HQ, Urban Kitchen. Yeah, they run a lot of events.
They do a lot of stuff. That's very true. Yeah. Oh, that's a good preamble. I should probably start.
Yeah, okay then, yeah.
It has been recording again. It's because I just don't want to miss anything good. Like, it's all good stuff, you know?
Oh, I hope it's all.
It's like the sneak attack is my preferred method.
No, I think that's a really good idea of doing it, because you get people a lot more relaxed.
100%, yeah.
And you kind of just feel that, oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, even for me as well, like, I feel like if I go straight into it versus having a preamble and just kind of, forgetting that...
You forget the mic is there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then you forget, it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing a podcast, I'm not just talking to someone.
Yeah. We'll see how this goes, because I don't have, like, a more fleshed out outline for this one, because I've been busy and disorganised.
That's just my life, that is.
Such a vibe, yeah.
That's the title of my book. Unorganised. Yeah, that's going to be the title of my book, that is.
Okay, we need to circle back to that.
Okay.
Welcome to Armchair Artist. We're back. Sorry it's been so long. I'm Oliver Kirkham, and we've got the return of Louis Burrows.
Hello. Yeah, you wanted me back. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah, you're now, I think anybody who has maybe more than one recording is officially a friend of the pod.
Oh, I quite like friend of the pod. Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, yeah. So I hear that a lot on podcasts, so it makes me feel like this is a proper podcast and not just...
Well, it is, really.
It is. Yeah, that's true, yeah. It would be nice to have like a studio and maybe go into the video podcasting at some point. I
think most podcasts kind of like start a little bit like this, in a very, just like a bedroom or in like a little small office somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, actually saying that, you could think about like Elysium. They have like loads of studios all over Swansea. You could think about like renting one of them.
It's really funny you mentioned that, because I was emailing the contact who kind of manages that stuff, and I was just like, oh, what's the price, for small medium spaces? And like, it is doable. Like, if I stretch my budget a bit, I can do it.
I mean, I've been thinking about a studio space for a while, because like my room is an office / bedroom, so there's just a concoction of like paintbrushes, tablets.
Yeah.
Like it's not livable half the time.
I get that. I've been quite disciplined since moving here, living in this space. Been quite good at tidying up after myself, which sounds quite dumb, but for a creative person, I feel like
it's an easy slope to just let things go manic. I'm the worst for that. Like I got this really bad habit of buying things on sale, even if I'm not going to use them. Like I have stacks of sketchbooks. I've recently just bought, because I got really tempted the other week because I've been trying to do a little bit more traditional stuff. So I've been working on my sketchbook.
Nice, yeah.
But I've been wanting to try like moving my digital stuff onto canvases.
Oh.
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
Because I've been working a lot with like acrylic paints and Posca pens and that kind of stuff.
Yes, yeah.
And I recently bought like a really massive canvas that cannot fit anywhere. And I've been like, how the hell am I supposed to use this? But it was on sale and I was like, for the future, let's just grab it now. Yeah. But it's getting to the point where it's like, I think I might be turning into a bit of a hoarder for like art supplies.
That is, yeah. I've started, well, not started, but I'm going to start oil painting again.
Oh, nice.
Because Susan, who I've had on the podcast, we went to see a show and it was just lots of painting and it was really cool. And then she started talking about Joan Mitchell, who was a painter in the 60s. And I was looking at her work and I was like, that's really cool. It's like oil painting.
I don't know if I should say this as an illustrator, but I do get sometimes a little bit jealous of fine art.
Oh, yeah.
Because I sometimes look at the work, and especially like things like expressionism and things like that, and just go, God, I really wish sometimes I could just not be so rigid with what I do and just kind of just go for it.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Have you thought about just trying like painting and drawing exercises? Like,
I've been trying to do that. That's what I've kind of set my sketch. So I carry this like little leather sketchbook with me. So I always have like one pencil, like a Posca pen, because that's the only way I can carry paint with me. And just sometimes I will just sit down and just say to myself, okay, just doodle something. Yeah. Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I also, the other week I did, this is actually when I was in Tenby. So that's where Mr. Seagull came from, an illustration that I did.
Oh, nice.
I was just sitting on the front. Yeah. And I just decided just to start doodling. And I don't really draw a lot in public. I get really anxious about it. Because I'm always terrified someone's going to come over to me and ask me, what am I doing? And they're going to go, oh. Like they're expecting something really good and just go, oh. Oh. I think sometimes, like, you do look at if someone who's doing a painting, plein air painting on something, you look at it and you're like, ooh, that's interesting. That's tough. Yeah, like I see sometimes people like painting on like on the front of like piers and stuff, and I go, can you do that? I have problems like drawing something in a coffee shop. Yeah. And you're just out here in the middle of the public and you just don't care. Oh yeah, it's that. I would feel so like overlooked, I think. I get what you mean, yeah. I even found that like sharing a studio before is like, especially people you don't know coming in, even if they have a right to the space, like coming in and just like feeling like, oh, am I going to do something really crap now in front of these people? Like, damn. You feel that pressure, like the eyes on you. Yeah. And I think that comes back to a little bit of anxiety, that does. And like anxiety likes to make you feel like you're the main character in everything. Like as soon as you walk in through the door, everybody's looking at you, but not in the right way. They're like looking at all the mistakes. Yeah. Like it's like, oh, did I brush my teeth? Do I have something stuck in it? Why are people looking at me? Yeah. That's kind of the thing that I feel with my anxiety, is that. Yeah. But I remember working with a woman, she kind of just went, in reality, no one gives a shit. That is, I was saying this to my sister, like I think part of growing up and becoming an adult is realising over time that most of the time people just care about their own stuff.
They've got stuff going on, you know, and they're in their own heads and
they're on their own little world.
Yeah, like.
But with like related mental health, it makes you think of others, not like you get pressured by thinking of what others' opinions are of yourself.
Yeah,
and it's just. I mean, I've always thought of this thing: if I fall through the front door, then yeah, everybody's gonna look at me. But if I walk through the door and no one looks or just turns their head, it's like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because everybody does that. I do that. I'm the worst for that kind of stuff. When I'm out in public, when someone just walks in past me, I just go, just a little glance.
That's quite I think that's a normal thing to do.
Probably and then I panic about it. It's like, oh, did I look at that person funny, or did I look a bit creepy?
It's that, yeah, anxiety is crazy. And I think the thing about a facet of mental health is that I think it does make you a bit selfish, especially if you're struggling with it.
Yeah, you kind of think of yourself. Like, actually saying that, I had because I still struggle with my anxiety all the time.
Yeah.
When I went to that job fair the uni was doing.
Yeah.
So I remember walking down there, and this was like a really hot day, and I stupidly wore all black.
Oh.
And I was walking there.
Yeah.
So by the time I got there, I was boiling. I was also sweating.
Brilliant.
So when I got there, I was already nervous, because I'm always nervous at the beginning of like those kind of things.
Yes,
but once I settle down, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I remember I was talking with someone, and I sat down, and I'm trying to focus on the conversation, but in my mind I'm going, am I sweating? And what? Am I too warm? Oh my god, what if they can see the sweat? Because I remember wiping my brow, and I remember feeling it, and I'm like, oh no, now what do I look like?
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
I get that with show openings. It's always the first like half an hour to an hour where I'm like, oh god, nobody look at me. This is awful. All of those racing thoughts. You
also feel like when you do like shows, you know you have to like engage with people.
The networking, yeah.
But it's kind of this part of you is going, I really don't want to do that. I don't want to. But once you do it, it's like once or twice, it's terrifying. But after a while, it's just like.
I think it's a muscle. I think that those skills of like networking in that way is something that you just get used to and you get better.
I mean, I don't call it networking. I think as soon as you label it networking, you go, oh no. So I just tend to think of it as, okay, I'm just gonna just chat with this person.
Just chat, yeah.
I tell myself, just chat. Don't think of this as networking. Don't bring up anything like, oh, here's my business card or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of leave that to the end.
Yeah.
And it works sometimes, not all the time.
That's a good shout. I think I might try that. I think there's a lot of pressure on when you're self-employed. Like, you have to go after leads. You have to make connections. You have to,
especially in like the creative world. It is like you have to do those things.
Yes.
You can't wait for someone else to do it for you. Like I was, so like a couple of weeks ago, I think I went to like an artist talk, and I'm forgetting the name of the illustrator, and that's gonna bother me. That is, but she was talking about like you have to kind of pass that hurdle, because you can't really just sit in your room waiting for those things to come to you.
Yeah.
You have to go get it.
Yeah. And
that's like, that's one of the biggest hurdles I find with being creative, is the going out there.
Yeah.
Because I think it's because also I spent like 4 years in uni, and you know, like lecturers bring you kind of briefs and stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
So you kind of get used to that.
Yeah.
So I maybe, you know, if anybody asked me if they were doing illustration, I maybe say, you know, maybe in your second year or third year, maybe start trying to reach out to people, because in the long run, it's gonna be like nerve-wracking in the beginning, but in the long run, you won't be where I am right now doing it after, you know, uni in your 30s.
That's a very good shout. I think the sooner you learn those skills, the sooner you get used to putting yourself out there, like, and like not just putting your stuff on Instagram, but like,
or like having a website, like actually going to like stuff, events and things like that. Even just like looking in like the local community.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of one of the things I wish I learned when I was back during my undergrad, instead of finishing my masters and then doing it now. And then panicking about contracts and licensing and payment and PayPal and all that stuff. Oh.
Just real life stuff. You don't want to, not ready to deal with yet.
I don't want to be an adult.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I don't want to be an adult.
Fair. Circling back to the book, last time we spoke, I said pop-up version of
Icky Sticky Squid. Yes, because that's actually been something I've been working on.
Yes.
So the reason I've been doing Fisherman and Friends is just something I can put out there while in the background I've been just working on this, and I've been doing sketches and building up this idea. Like, so this is obviously like I've been looking into setting up my own business, like actually self-publishing the book.
Nice.
So I've been looking into signing with like the King's Trust and stuff like that, because obviously this kind of stuff costs money.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like setting up a business plan for that, which has been weirdly kind of fun, because obviously this is like something I'm really passionate about, given that it's mental health and given that it's my own story. So it's been a little bit more of a positive spin on that aspect. I think it's because I'm working for myself and not working for someone else. But yeah, I mean, I remember going to the speaking to the King's Trust people and like saying like, I don't really think I have a business plan. I have an idea for this, and they were like, yeah, you've already got a business plan. That just sounds like your idea is your business plan. It just will help you work out the kinks.
That's the King's Trust is like the Prince's Trust?
Yeah, like the Prince's, but it's the
King.
It's the King's Trust now because he's the king, isn't he?
Obviously.
I thought that as well. I was like, isn't that the Prince's Trust? No, it's King's Trust now.
Yeah, he's the king now.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Every time it's like, oh, I'm the king now.
It feels weird to have a king still.
I think it's just because it's been so, I mean,
grew up with
she
the
was
queen.
Like the queen for nearly 50 something? I'm really bad at history, by the way.
Really? No, she was really young. She was like early 20s?
Early 20s, yeah. So I'm still not used to saying King's Trust. But yeah, so I booked things with them, so hopefully that will be something to take the pressure off building a business.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying about like having a project to do, I can see how the business plan would kind of align with that need. Yeah, because it's quite structured, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I've thought of it as like, okay, I want to obviously self-publish this book, and then I mean I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been thinking about doing like craft fairs.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously during the undergrad we had to do those kind of things. We had to like for like the third year you have to kind of finance and
like fundraising,
yeah. And I quite enjoyed doing the stalls and like working on that kind of stuff.
Nice, yeah.
I've never done a craft stall, so I'm just kind of working on like what we did for those like undergrad stalls. Like we did like, I think it was key rings, necklaces, all that kind of stuff in Princeton, obviously that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just little things like that I've been working on. And
I know Elysium will have one in like their autumn winter one in September, I think it usually is.
I might look into that.
Yeah, keep an eye on their Instagram because they do an open call for stall holders.
I might be tempted to do that.
Yeah.
And I haven't done one of them in like 2-3 years now, so might want to jump back into doing it.
Yeah, definitely. In the vein of pop-up books and illustrations, since the first fisherman and the seagull picture that we talked about, there's been a plethora of new characters, which I think are so good. And I mean, like, I love the way you sketch and you compose images. Tell me about like where some of these characters came from, like Captain and Second Mate Mr. Whiskers. Incredible.
Oh, right. That was just a very weird idea, because I was in I was shopping. I think I was in a charity shop. I don't know why I was in there, and I was just nosing about, and sometimes you just find odd things, and I found this like ornate picture frame. I wasn't gonna buy it, but I just saw it and I thought, oh, there's something.
Yeah.
I've never done anything like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just like this idea popped in my head of like, I was thinking of like old, like going to museums and you see like old portraitures and photographs.
Yes.
And I was just thinking of that, and I was like, that's a neat idea.
I like it because it's kind of a take on the porthole of a ship in a way.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, there was originally that was going to be the design of porthole,
right.
but I thought I really want to try and make something a little bit more flourished. And
stylistically, I think it's nice. It puts it slightly more into a fine art context in a way.
Yeah, I mean, and the cat was just a very goofy idea, and just thinking, well, would this guy have like a first mate or something? I was like, could his first mate be a cat?
That's great. Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll put a cat in it. Maybe I'll put a fish in its mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might do that. That's generally how my brain works. Is just I start with one idea and I just go kind of bizarre with it. That's why I kind of enjoy doing Fisherman and Friends, because it's just this plethora of weird ideas I've got in my head, and it's like
it's really playful. I think that's why part of why I really like the series is it makes it so accessible, and I think it's just fun. It's fun. I like how you've continued the sort of framing of illustrations in the one you posted yesterday, which is the little kind of stamp of...
Oh yeah, Mr. Seagull, yeah. That was just from when I was in 10B, that was.
Oh yeah.
And I was just near the coast, and like I was sitting down, like I went to one of the chip shops they have around there.
Delicious.
It was really nice, actually. It was a hell of a long queue I was in. But yeah, it just, like you hear stories of people like seagulls dive bombing people to get their food, and I was just thinking about it because I was going to sit on a bench somewhere, just like because it was like a really sunny day.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm just going to sit outside, have something to eat. But then I noticed all the seagulls around, and I'm like, I think I'm just going to go back in for a minute because I don't want this, because I could just feel their eyes on me. Oh. I'm like, nah, I'm alright.
They're clever, they're devious.
Do you know what, saying that, I remember walking in, I think it was town a few years ago, and I was walking past Costa Coffee, and I could just see the seagull just ready to just dive on someone. And I've never seen someone with the quickest reflex just go out with the hammer and just push the seagull away.
What?
I've never seen that. I've never see someone actually, as the eagle's flying, just push it midair out the way.
That's very Matrix.
I was looking at it and no one else saw it. I was like, am I the only one who just seen this?
That's funny. I really like. How much more do you think you'll expand the Fisherman universe?
So usually with projects like that, I usually just say 10 illustrations, or that's kind of the thing for it. And then once this little mini series is done, then I'll start posting about the other stuff that I've been working on in the background.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get a prototype, we'll find somewhere to do a video podcast and you can show people.
That would be actually really fun. That would actually, yeah. Right now, I'm just kind of in the phase of just going on like things like Squarespace and just trying to find ways of how to do a pop-up book.
Yeah.
So I've looked into so usually I use a company called Blurb to like print books.
Okay.
So I was just thinking about getting just like a very basic book printed from them, and then just kind of cutting it out and then just
like playing
around with it and just seeing how it would pop up.
Yeah, that's a good shout. You could also sneak into Waterstones and have a look at their pop-up books.
I have a few because of the nice. One of my former lecturers, she loves... I'm really bad with names today. But there's an illustrator that does like these really fantastic... If I remember the name, I will email it to you, and then you can...
And I can,
does these like really great kind of semi pop-up books, but sometimes they're like cutouts of illustrations that lead into other illustrations.
Yeah.
And it's really fantastic. And I was originally going to do that for the Masters.
Really?
But just timing and everything just was against me, and I'm like, I don't have time to do this. I would love to do it.
Yeah.
But I have no idea how to do it. Time's against me. let's just stick with an ordinary picture book for now.
Yeah, I'm currently writing my PhD proposal.
So you're doing a PhD, are you?
I'm going to do a PhD, but I think learning from the masters, very intense doing it full time.
Yeah.
You know, because it is like, if you remove all the holidays and stuff, it's about a year, which is like no time really. So I think I'm going to do the part-time PhD.
Part-time's like 3 years, isn't it?
Part-time is 6 years.
6 years? Oh, okay. Well, that's actually... that's a good chunk of time, really, because then you can like do your other stuff with doing that.
That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan.
May I ask what like the proposal is, or...
I don't have like an elevator pitch quite yet.
Right, okay.
But it is building on a kind of theory of like how I work, what my practice is around, which is about... So basically it comes down to damage and repair and this kind of cyclical process. So I'm going to use that, build upon it and investigate using that, how art can help improve resilience in mental health. And
that's really good. That's it.
Suicide research and suicide prevention. Because that's what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And
so I'm going to have to start calling you what, Dr. Oliver soon or something like that?
Yeah, you will. Everybody will. I'll just use the doctor on like everything.
That's going to be on like forms and stuff. You're going to have to put that down.
I think you're allowed to choose whether you use it or not.
Are you? Oh, right. I thought it was always like
compulsory
or something like that.
Yeah, maybe if you're a medical doctor. But it's that thing of like, if I do use it, is it a bit obnoxious?
No, I get what you mean by that.
You know? Because you're not saving people's lives. You're like enriching culture.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
More so.
Yeah.
As a doctor of art, broadly speaking. But I'm excited for it. I think it's the right
really
time. Good. Thanks.
I looked into... one of the things that I've been looking into is either doing like... I set myself this kind of weird goal of like, I'm taking a year out to really focus on like building a business, a brand and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking either doing like a PC... what's it called? PCG... The like teacher training.
Oh, like a P set.
Like a P set.
PGCE, yeah.
Or... I had like... One of my lecturers actually said, you never know, you could come back and do your PhD. And I'm like, I don't know. I think I've had my fill of theory for a while.
Yeah.
But it's kind of those weird things, because I was looking at... I can't remember who I was speaking to about a PSET, but there is another one that more focuses on working with adults and young people, because there's two different ones. One is more about learning how to teach art.
Okay.
For like children and like comprehensive, which I'm not going to be funny. I'm going off my experience of when I was learning art in like comprehensive and stuff like that. I wasn't the biggest fan, because I always found it a bit too rigid.
It's very rigid, yeah.
And I don't think I would suit that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of bureaucracy generally in education, working as an educator,
because I'm going off again my own experience, like nothing against a lot of these artists, but it was a lot of like Egon Schiele, Francis Bacon. It's like I like those artists, but it's like they've never really spoken to me, and I always felt really weird that you copy them, like one of their paintings, and then you have to do something in that style. It's like I don't really feel like I'm learning anything from this.
I think when it's not coming from a place within you that you're passionate about, it's not really gonna develop you as well. I think people have to try and tap into what you're genuinely interested in.
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to remember that. I think it was like PE. It's something it like takes one of the initials out of. The other one is like working with adults. And like younger people, like college level.
Yes.
But the one that really kind of interests me is working in communities.
Oh, okay.
So learning how to work with like older people with like dementia and and also what I would really love to do is learn how to like make workshops.
Yeah.
Because I always found those really fun. Like in the masters we had to do kind of those little bit of those things in like the collaborative.
Oh yeah.
So, and I really found that really fun. I don't know if I was the only one. I don't know if some people didn't really find that fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn how to do, like, run workshops, and because obviously, like, my whole thing is mental health, so teaching people how art can help process those kind of feelings.
Yeah.
So I've been looking into those kind of things, but again, there's a part of me that's going, I've had my fill of higher education for a while.
Yeah, I quite like parts of the academic process, but I think to work with the community in a very kind of person-centered, like, on-the-ground approach, well, you know, very direct approach to helping people is, like, really nice.
I also feel like, weirdly, there's not enough communities anymore. Like, especially, like, I mean, obviously when we think communities now, we think, like, you have the LGBT, those kind of communities, but I was always thinking more of, like, over the road, like, you know, like, there's not many, like,
kind of traditional sense of
you don't
the
have
word.
a lot of community centres anymore, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is kind of a sad thing.
Yeah.
You don't really have somewhere where people can meet.
Yeah. Since moving to Wales from England, I really noticed a difference in that regard.
There's not a lot of community centres around here.
Well, I think there's slightly more from what I've seen, or maybe a stronger sense of community broadly in South Wales amongst the people here than there is in England. But I suppose that's coming from my vantage point of, I don't know, living in a place where, like, it wasn't particularly community orientated. But here there's, like, social clubs, and, like, you see people of all ages kind of out and connecting, and people are so much more friendlier and, like, willing to just talk to you in the street.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's been a slow thing with Swansea, because I've noticed, like, there's a lot more, like, things like Volcano, like theatre kind of stuff cropping up a lot all over the place, which I love.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what kind of Swansea needs sometimes, is a little bit more culture.
Yeah.
And places that bring people together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of what we usually have, which is just barbershops and coffee shops and cafes. And
it's lovely that some nice cafes have opened up in the last, like, year or two. But yeah, it's like, it's
a lot. I mean, it's really sad things. Like, sometimes you see them open up and then you see them close within and it's really, like, disheartening. Like, you walk around sometimes, it's like, oh god, they're gone already. I just like that place.
Yeah, I know. The high street's really volatile. I can't imagine what it must be like actually being a business owner with a shop front.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, community, it's so important for mental health. I've put a lot of that research into my proposal.
That's good.
And yeah, it's so important. Sense of community is really, really good for your well-being.
Yeah, because obviously, like, mental health is very isolating.
Yes.
You know, it's that whole thing of, like, it makes you feel like you're on your own. Yeah. But then you'll have people saying, oh, well, you're not the only one. And it's kind of like, yeah, I know that. I know that I'm not. There's millions of others that suffer with this, but right now in this instance, my brain is telling me I'm on my own.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of those things of going, I mean, that's the unfortunate thing, is you have to kind of go out there and find those communities.
Yes.
And, you know, they can be quite hard to find sometimes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, there seems to be, like, a few nice arts-based initiatives in Swansea, like Queer Towie, the organisation.
Yeah, I've heard of them, yeah.
Do art, creative things. Glenvivium, like the big municipal gallery in Swansea, they do
it seems to be a lot
drawing.
of, like, galleries now are doing a lot more community stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is, like, really great in a way of trying to get more people into the arts.
100%, yeah.
Because, I mean, I've always said this, like, art is always one of those tricky things to get into. Like, especially, like, a lot of people, sometimes you'll have people going, oh, I can't draw, or I can't be creative, I can't. It's like, neither could I. At the beginning, it's like, I couldn't. That's like, I could do just like a stick person. I mean, it's like, you can have all the talent in the world, but you still, it's like any other skill. It's like you kind of learn it, and there's a joy in learning it, whatever that might be, whether that be, I don't know, sewing, fine art, illustration. There is an enjoyment in it.
Yeah, definitely.
There's also days where it sucks. So there's days where you look at something and go, Christ, did I make that? But then you have days where you feel a little bit cocky and you go, oh, I made that.
Yeah, it's great. It's yeah. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. One thing that made me think that I'm thinking of is my dad started doing painting by numbers, just acrylic cool. painting by numbers, and they look really good. And like, although he's not learning kind of traditional skills, so to speak, of painting, still teaching him about composition, colors, color theory, and how to build an image. Weirdly,
I've seen a lot of people say that painting by numbers, especially like you can get like adult coloring books.
Yeah,
that can be very therapeutic.
Oh yeah.
Because this is kind of the also thing with art that I find the part I love the most is that time seems to stop.
Yeah.
Especially if you really get into it.
Yes.
And you look at the time, or you look at a phone or a clock and you go, guys, 2 hours have gone by. And your mind is just switched off. You're just focused on that.
Yeah.
Because my mum, she does adult colouring books.
Nice. Yeah.
And which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, that's a great way just to switch your mind off instead of, I don't know, going on your phone and doom scrolling. It's a little bit more better for your well-being. Like, I mean, I'm one to say, like, I doom scroll sometimes, and then I feel bad for doing it.
It's it's an easy slippery slope, but something like off the screen colouring and doodling, studies show that people who do that are more kind of engaged and active listeners and take in more than the people who don't doodle and colour. I will put that study in the notes.
That's really good. And also when I say like doodling, it doesn't have to be a picture. Like I've seen people just doodle a shape.
Yeah,
abstract. Or just like a pattern. And I mean, I used to do that. Like I can say this now because I'm no longer in uni, but in one of my old sketchbooks, there was like kind of that grid paper.
Yeah.
Like you used to get in like comprehensive schools.
Nice.
And sometimes I have this really bad thing if sometimes I need to switch my brain off just for a couple of minutes or seconds because I'm just taking away too much information. So I would just start to colour the squares in like a pattern. And unfortunately by the end of the lecture I've just kind of doodled this entire like grid of paper. And then I've forgotten what the lecturer's talking about.
Oh, okay, so it hasn't worked for you.
Sometimes it's just like get really into it. And I'm like,
it's very absorbing.
Shit. But yeah, those kinds of things, like, I think just sometimes, every now and then, like maybe a couple of minutes out of your day, just grab a piece of paper and just put something on it. I love that.
I think more people should carry around just like a little cheap sketchbook. Just for like the odd doodle.
It doesn't have to be sketchbook. It could be like post-it notes. You don't even have to keep it. You could just grab it and just put it in the bin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Doing something and then just immediately throwing it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's very freeing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I quite like that idea. I'm going to try to do that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I can be quite a little bit precious about my like sketches and sketchbook. But when I have to say to myself, no, this is where I can be creative. This is where I can be a little bit mad.
It's free space to just go crazy. I find I've been using my sketchbook more, and I'm waiting for some materials to come, and then I can start oil painting.
Nice.
So I'm going to get into that. But I just find when I'm making notes in my sketchbook and I'm reading, sometimes I'll just do like a little squiggly doodle.
And it's a very natural thing. I was a bugger for it back in school. I would doodle something in the margins. I remember actually saying that. There's a time, because I remember I took like really weird things for my GCSEs, and I took geography. I don't know why.
I took geography as well.
It's the most boring thing in the world.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody who does geography. You know, if you love it, you love it, but I just found it really boring because we were learning things like erosion on rocks and rivers, and I was just like, I liked the natural geography side of things. It was social geography that I was like, this is kind of boring. Yes, I completely blanked out social geography. Christ, I remember.
Yeah.
That's a flashback. But anyway, where was I? I would doodle just weird things in the margins. And I remember one of my geography teacher, like when they mark things, they put things in like that horrible red pen.
Oh, yeah.
Like I still have PTSD with that kind of, the red pen of doom.
I heard somewhere that a lot of teachers have stopped doing that and have switched to green because apparently red is like too aggressive for some students.
Okay.
Don't know if that's true. Teachers, pop off in the comments. But
it'd be really interesting if they started switching that, because I used to hate the red pen.
It's quite, it
always just felt like I could, even to this day, I feel like I can't use a red pen.
Wow.
Because I'm not a teacher. That always felt like, oh, that's a teacher thing, that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember doodling something in the margins, and my geography teacher left a comment in a speech bubble almost.
Oh.
Next to it going, that's a really interesting doodle, but do you think you could get your mind back onto the work?
Oh my God.
And I'm a bit like, and I don't know why, I was really cheeky. I actually replied to that.
Amazing.
I said, sorry sir, unfortunately my mind just seems to wander. Lessons. I don't know why. And he was a really nice teacher. I don't know why I was just suddenly decided to be cheeky to him.
You were protecting your art.
Oh, it was a really terrible joke. It's like, I used to do this thing, in every... I actually found this the other day. Sometimes you come across old school books.
Yes.
I would just really, I noticed in every single one, they all got this weird little flower at the top of them. And I forgot I used to do that.
Mm.
It was like my stamp or something.
Yeah.
I was like, why did I do that with everything? It's in every one of my, every page. I'm like, Christ, I really did zone out a lot in class.
That's funny. I think you should reuse that motif and try and hide it in one of your illustrations.
Oh, like a watermark.
Yeah.
Actually, that's actually quite an interesting thing, that is. Because it's always a weird thing trying to sign digital illustrations.
Yeah, so it's quite common for illustrators to put watermarks, and photographers I've seen it doing.
Yeah.
So people don't use your stuff without copyright. And I've heard other people say, when you put things when you put images, 2D images that you want to get money for as an artist or creative, but then you have to kind of show people in order to get business, then you put your work on Instagram and then kind of anybody can
I saw this was a big, I don't think it was a trend, but I remember when the whole AI thing started, I saw a lot of illustrators showing people how to trick the AI, putting a filter over your work or putting a watermark so that it confuses the AI,
so that it wouldn't
it would go weird. I remember one of the ones someone was showing was this kind of a noise filter, sometimes you get on Photoshop.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. Yeah, that's when AI was first starting, and then everybody was panicking about their artwork.
Whether it would be stolen and...
Yeah, because you kept hearing horror stories of people's work getting nicked, and...
Yeah, I think it must still happen to this day.
It must do. I mean, in my opinion, the whole AI bubble's about to burst, because...
Do you think?
I mean...
What do you mean by that, though? Because AI is such a broad term.
Yeah, so I mean things like ChatGPT and things like that. So... Well, and I sometimes look at this, especially I try to keep up with that kind of whole, I don't know, eco whatever. You have a lot of people saying, yeah, it looks like it may burst because they're dumping a lot of money into it, but they're not really seeing any returns for these companies.
Yeah, so the recent news I've heard maybe related to that is one. Meta have pulled the metaverse.
Oh yeah, and they spent 80 million or something.
Yeah,
I always thought when I first saw the metaverse, I was is this kind of a weird VR gaming space? Because that's what I remember. Yeah. And then I kind of forgot about it. I'm is that still a thing?
It's almost like Club Penguin.
Oh, I miss Club Penguin. Oh, God, bring back Club Penguin. That was fun. That was.
Wow. The second thing was Metaverse. Oh, and the Sora is being decommissioned, which I think is the AI that generates videos and animations.
Yeah.
And they're pulling the plug.
Yeah, it's kind of the weird thing of it. It's like, obviously you have a lot of different aspects that go with AI. It's like, so you have data centers that cost a lot of money to build, and then even more to run it. Like, also you have the environmental impact, because obviously you need a lot of water to cool these servers.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was kind of weird. Like, there was a woman, I was like an economist, and she was showing this like kind of weird bubble of like companies investing in each other, and yeah, it was really confusing. I'm not a tech person, but it was just like interesting. Like, I've seen a few people saying, oh, it's gonna pop at some point, because, you know, what really relevance does what benefit is there to AI?
I think in the medical field it'll be good.
Yeah, but I just feel like I sometimes feel like they focus on the wrong thing instead, because like, obviously, like with ChatGPT, a lot of people just use it for just really weird things.
It's become the new Google for young people. I feel.
Which is weird. I remember coming across there was a video of a girl. She was reacting to I think like a TikTok or something, of someone using, I think, ChatGPT to tell the time for them. What? Like from like a traditional clock. Which I can understand. As being dyslexic, I struggle with traditional clocks.
Yeah.
But it's this kind of weird thing. It's like people are now relying on AI and ChatGPT to tell them things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mock kind of neurodiverse people using technology to help them, but it just feels a bit weird to kind of place a lot of intellectual trust, if you like, on AI.
Especially something that you can't really fact check.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the one of the problems I have with AI is like, where's this information come? Because obviously AI like just combs everything together to create something. It's like, where did that information come from?
Yeah, like, where are the sources?
You know, a bit like when, I don't know, this old ad is like, don't use Wikipedia for like research. Yeah. Because because anybody can edit it.
Yeah. Makes you wonder kind of with these large language models, like who's the author, who's writing it, who's programming it, and like what's their politics like, what are their biases, and like, you know.
I mean, also the weird thing is I remember hearing stories of people using it for therapy. Yeah. Which is a really weird and also sad thing that's the state where they've come to, is that people are turning to essentially a chatbot. Yeah. To talk to. Yeah. But I remember someone saying that they had to change certain things because AI would just agree with people.
Yes, yeah. That's a big theme in a documentary that, I don't know if it's out yet. It might be out, but Hannah Fry, who's like a science and maths communicator, makes a lot of good content. She's done a documentary about AI and its agreeability. So people who, for example, find love, get into romantic relationships with AI. I've heard about those. They're very quite few, but I've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard, and they get really locked in. And I think for that to happen, there is an element of the AI being programmed just to kind of be a yes man. And going back to kind of suicide cases that have arisen out of the people using AI essentially kind of agreeing with really negative ideation that they should end their own lives. No, yeah. Which is obviously wrong.
And I noticed that certain areas, they had to change that model to actually have the AI say, maybe reach out to a doctor. Yeah. Because obviously you have that kind of rise of people searching for those kind of things.
Yeah, and it's
which I also feel like it's a bit like when you go to like a doctor's or counselling, it's confidential. That information's not going to go anything. But with an AI, it's like whatever you say to it can be trained. Yeah, you're training it. Yeah. So it's not really confidential. Yeah. And I always feel like, which it's a horrible thing when you try to say, well, maybe reach out to doctors or professionals, but there's such a big waiting list and people just...
It costs prohibitive, that word.
I know you're on about, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah. And I think it's quite natural as well to go through a few therapists before you link up with one that really resonates. One you click with,
yes, and you feel, because obviously it's a trust thing.
Yeah, massively.
So once you feel comfortable and like you can actually, like in my own experience, it took me a while when I was doing counselling to fully open up to the person I was speaking to. It took me like a few actually it took me about 10 or 12 sessions to really like open up. Yeah. And when I did, I remember her saying like, I had a feeling this is what you wanted to talk about, but I didn't want to pressure you, because that was about like the OCD and the intrusive thoughts that I was having.
Right, interesting.
And there was kind of this weird thought that kept going through my head of, if I say something to her, I'm going to get in trouble.
Right.
That was like a reoccurring thought that just wouldn't leave. Like, if I say something bad's going to happen, even though it's something I know I have to talk about.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I did, she was like, I had a feeling that this is what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And that just felt like, oh, okay. Thank you for letting me, because obviously kind of the big thing with like therapy and counselling is like reaching your own conclusion. Like, obviously they can't tell you what the problem is. You have to
They're there to work with you.
Get to that point where you're ready to admit what is you want to talk about, whether that be suicide, you know, anxiety, depression.
Yeah. I wonder if people have similar feelings on like opening up to therapists. They must do.
Yeah, I mean, I was like very wary of opening up to someone, essentially a stranger.
Yes, very much, yeah.
Because obviously you would like to talk to family and friends about this thing, but then you feel a bit guilty because you don't want to burden them with that kind of problem. Yeah. But then speaking to a complete stranger just feels so terrifying. I mean, I always link it back to kind of like, I don't know, maybe this is just showing my age. Whenever somebody knocks the door, I don't open it immediately. I just like check the window, like, who is it? Is it somebody? And then I feel like really nervous to open that door, or just not open it at all.
That's funny. Living here, because I've got a big window, like I can see people coming through the garden. Yeah, which is quite nice because I can be like, oh, who's that? Do I know them? Yeah, it's the postman. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I think we should move on to the segment Critics Corner.
Okay.
Cue the music. Just kidding, there's no music. This entry... So, did I introduce this segment? Yeah, I did introduce this segment last time.
Yeah, we did like that.
Critics Corner. This is the part of the show where we look at somebody's work that they have sent in, and we talk about it, and we give it some nice, lovely feedback. This isn't to say anything bad. It's not a proper critique. No. It's just nice and hopefully encouraging, and it's really nice to see what people have been doing from like professional level to like an amateur level.
I always like seeing amateur level because I always like watching someone's like rise. Yeah. That's a really like the journey. Like I think that's like one of the biggest like fears when you first start, especially posting something, putting yourself out there. You think, am I good enough? Should I put this? It's like, no, people actually like to see people grow, especially in the world of art. Yeah. We like to see people overcome hurdles, and then
we love a story. We love a happy ending. Yeah. Yeah, and that's it's all part of that. Did you in the COVID times? The COVID times.
That feels weird. What was that, like 6 years ago now?
What we know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That feels so weird to say because someone was telling me that the other day. It's like, it's been 6 years since COVID. I'm like, fuck, that just feels like a weird time. Doesn't it? I think back to it and think, did that really happen?
Yeah, because I think kind of as a society, or like a collective consciousness, we've somewhat removed COVID from our memory. Like the collective
it just
memory.
Feels like a really bad nightmare.
Really, awful time. And I mean,
and then you sometimes see like someone walking down the street with a face mask, and then it's that like a flashback. Like, there was a time where people wearing masks, people wearing gloves. You know, you had to queue outside Tesco's just to...
The shopping queue, oh wow. Yeah.
I mean, it was alright here because you had like little Tesco's, so there wasn't like massive queues. I remember going down like the big Tesco's in Forest Park, and it was just like you'd be queuing for like an hour just to get into, I don't know, buy a bottle of milk.
Yeah, can we just talk about that Tesco? That's the biggest Tesco I've ever seen.
Really?
It's huge.
I see, it's changed because I remember having a lot more things in there.
Really?
Yeah. So there used to be like the fish, and there was the meat.
Oh, of course, all the counters.
And there used to be like the hot food and things like that. But that's all obviously gone now because of the cost of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that being a lot. But I remember also, and that's going to show my age, that, you know, the top floor?
Yes.
There used to be a cafe there.
Oh.
There used to be like, obviously like you could get like food and stuff like that there.
Yeah.
And that just feels like a really weird time. I remember when they were building that part of Tesco's.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting old.
Today's Critics Corner comes from Charis Copp, and the title is Still Here. It is an oil pastel and pencil on paper piece. I really like it. It features what looks like...
Cute.
It's cute, isn't it? So it's a black cat, a chubby black cat, in what looks like a thicket of brambles, and like big leaves, deep greens, lots of different hues. I think doing pastels well is very difficult.
Pastels are a really tricky thing.
Yeah, because you have to get the temperature like spot on.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't worked with pastels and I haven't worked with them since my A level. But I'm always interested because it's always those weird things. You don't really see a lot of people working with pastel.
No.
And I think it's one of those little, it's a bit, you know, like, I think like I've seen people work with like chalk and crayon and kind of like, it's always kind of those forgotten little mediums that we grew up with, but then when you see people using them, it's like, wow.
Yeah, I feel the same way about charcoal.
Oh, me and charcoal don't get on. It's a texture thing. It's like I can't, like I use charcoal like pencils.
Yes.
But I can't stand like the actual charcoal.
Yeah, like proper.
Goes through me. It does.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really like its powderiness because it just gets everywhere.
I remember, on a little note, I remember in a life drawing class that I remember doing once, we had to use the powder. Like, so they ground up like the charcoal powder to create something, and that went everywhere.
Oh my god.
Like, I was scrubbing charcoal out of my fingernails for like a week.
Woof. Yeah, that's not fun.
Okay.
Thoughts and feelings of this kitty?
The one thing I quite love about this, and the immediate thing that draws me in, is the eyes.
Yeah.
I love the kind of the sleepy, almost kind of sleepiness.
Yeah.
Like you've just caught this animal just waking up, and it's just it's an immediate thing that kind of draws my eye, is that yellow and that hue. I really love that. Yeah,
they're piercing, but they're relaxed.
Yes, that is a really good idea.
It is a sleepy cat waking up from a nap in the bush.
So what did you say? So it's pencil and
oil pastel.
That's a really tricky thing to work with. That is.
Two very kind of competing mediums
like
in
textures
terms of
and
texture.
things.
Yeah, very much.
I love the top foliage.
Yeah, me
too. That's really great. I love that.
Yeah. So for people listening, and this photo I will put on Armchair Artist Instagram. So there's like at the top third of the picture is like leafy vegetation, and then the middle third is the cat, and then the whiskers draw our eyes down to the bottom where there's kind of like blurred, I suppose, background. I'd be interested to know if this came from a reference photo.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. If this came from a photo, if this came from imagination, then wow,
great.
That's great.
Yeah,
from a photo, that's still a really good thing, you know. And I just love the cat. I really do like the kind of it feels like fur when I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you see black cats, they have that kind of silky shine to them.
Yes.
And I'm feeling that when I'm looking at this. What I will say is the one thing that kind of puts me off is the lower corner bit. Is that the little bit of the
smudgy blurred. Yeah, that corner makes me think that it's come from a reference photo, and that the camera's just caught a bit of background or whatever that's blurred because of the aperture.
I just love the fact that do you know what it weirdly reminds me of? I don't know if you've ever seen those. You might see them in charity shops, but you see like the pictures of like lions coming through like the foliage.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of, and I really love it for that, because you can just see all like the thorns and the brambles, and then there's just this little cat poking its head out.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
I do.
Well done to Charis. Thank you for sending that in. That's really nice. Really nice to see a medium I personally am not very familiar with.
No, I don't see a lot of it, and it's really nice to see that, because I remember like I've worked with that kind of medium before. Like, you learn that kind of stuff in basics, but then you kind of forget about them.
Yeah.
You kind of move on to like these weird fancier, but then you go, it's like, oh yeah, you still can create incredible things with just pencil and that, which I think is great. Yeah,
I mean, like, I think that's a good point, is that art doesn't have to be this kind of big material investment or like this kind of big huge project. It can just be
whatever lies in your house.
Yeah, collage, rip up some old mags.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm going to do actually soon, because I miss collage a lot.
I always find collage really tricky.
Oh,
it's just
really?
it's like the glue, excuse me. It's just, I find it a bit too messy. Like, it goes everywhere with me.
Oh. The burping is good.
Yeah, sorry, I was also burping. Oh yeah, it just caught me off guard, that did.
We just have a couple minutes of silence while we burp into the microphones. Yeah, I guess like gluey hands, sticky gluey hands.
Yeah, do you know what you were saying there? It reminds me of, do you remember in like primary school using that PVA glue?
Oh yeah, with the little spreader.
Stick, and it just used to go everywhere.
Classic.
God, do you know, as soon as I say that, I can still smell it. Not that I used to smell the glue. I'm not saying that, but
huffing glue at 6 years old. Lovely.
I think we all did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, PVA glue is safe, is it? I don't know.
PVA glue is generally non-toxic.
Oh my god, for that.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraging people to do that.
Yeah.
By the way, don't do that.
Armchair Artist Podcast does not endorse huffing glue of any sorts. No matter how safe it is. It's funny. I really like your socks.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I know.
Are they snowmen?
Yes, they are. They are Christmas. I'm wearing Christmas socks at the moment.
It. It's the texture. It's like a
woolly kind of type.
Yeah, like a shag carpet.
Yeah, that's what they kind of are.
Great.
I'm very awful with socks. Like, I'm surprised I have matching ones on today, if I'm being very honest. I will always be a bugger for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Louis' outfit today is a nice black kind of denim jacket, a black tee, black chinos, black Vans, or black and white Vans, and then colourful snowman socks. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, because it's very weird. It's like, you look at my illustrations, they're all bright and colourful. I do not dress like my work.
That's so common in art. You see,
I just dress in very like dark clothing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think half the time as well, I just go through my wardrobe. Like, I was doing this the other day because I was planning to give stuff like away to charity, and I counted how many black t-shirts. Should I say?
Yeah.
I have 30 black t-shirts.
What?
I have 30 black t-shirts. I have about a few white t-shirts and like maybe a few colourful t-shirts. Like, the predominantly of my wardrobe is just like the colour black, and I was like, yeah, no wonder I don't do well in the summertime when my clothing is just
black, just absorbing the sun.
Yeah.
That's okay. 30 black t-shirts.
Yeah, 30 black t-shirts.
I don't even know. I wouldn't have the space to put 30 black t-shirts. Wow.
I was going through my cupboard and I was like, no wonder I haven't got any room in here. Just full of black t-shirts. I'm like, oh Christ. And also I'm a bugger for like jackets.
Yeah.
Like I buy a ridiculous amount of like jackets.
Jackets, well, like jackets to layer. Jackets.
Yeah, like denim jackets or like I don't know, like knockoff. What are they called? Oh, what's that one with the little orange logo? Kaha.
Yeah.
Like I buy a lot of them.
Yeah, nice.
And it's. I sometimes look at it and I go, yeah, I have a problem. I usually find these stuff in charity shops as well.
Charity shops and like sales, dangerous.
Yes, I mean this one was on sale. That's why I got it.
It's great
because this is. I don't tend to buy expensive jackets because I don't really see the point, because I know at some point they're gonna get paint or something on it. It's gonna get ruined. But this was a Levi, but it was on sale and I was like, should I
do it? Treat yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I was like. You know what? Why not?
Yeah.
And this has already got paint on the inside. I did it for like a day and they already got like paint. I'm like,
yeah, I'm like bad for food stains, and it won't be at the point of when it happens. I'll realize I'll be like in the street. I'll be in public with stain, and then I'll realize and I'll be like, great, I've just spent an hour walking around town.
See, that's why I don't wear white t-shirts, because I swear I'm cursed. Because anytime I buy a white t-shirt, there will be a coffee stain, or there will be something red, or something that is you cannot get out no matter how many times you wash it, and it's just it's there. And I'm also really bad for this. Like, even though most people can't see the stain, I know it's there.
Yes.
And it's gonna bug me.
Yes, I agree.
Until like I get home and then I change and I feel like, okay.
It's the only way to calm the negative thoughts.
Yep.
Remove the problem. Put it in the wash. Nuke it.
Yeah. And then I usually turn into like because this is one of my things, like once I go home I get changed into like comfy clothes.
Yes.
And usually that is like t-shirts that have seen better days. Let's put it that way. They've got holes and stains and they look really, really grubby.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I answer the door to the postman and I think God knows what he thinks of me.
They must see some stuff though.
Oh yeah.
Like
I don't think that
nudity
bad.
Is what I'm thinking that they see sometimes.
I don't know if that would that happen.
I mean, I don't mean like full frontal, but like people answering the door, like a guy coming down like just in his underwear, or like just,
there's
like,
probably been moments where people have
what
rushed,
I mean? Like, yeah,
to get like open the door.
Yeah, like I need to sign for this thing, but I'm also half naked.
Yeah. And also the worst one is I find is like when it's not your package.
Oh yeah.
It's like for the next door neighbour, it's like, where's mine?
Yeah.
I really hate that.
But you're good and you sign for other people's things.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I say to them, just leave it here and I'll give it to them whenever.
And that's community building. That is.
Yeah, I'm the local community like second postman.
Yeah. You're like the depot. You're like the local depot. Do you make people like sign for them and like you like, oh, do you have any ID?
No. I had to do that the other day actually. I was buying so I had to order like hobby glue it was.
Yeah.
And I got a message saying, oh yeah, this couldn't be delivered because the occupier couldn't prove their age. And I was like,
what?
No one answered. Like, there's not been a knock at the door. What does that mean? And they came the next day and they were like, oh yeah, we don't need your ID.
Oh, brilliant.
And it's like we can tell you're over 18. I'm like,
yeah,
great. If I reach that point now, I don't no longer need to show my bloody ID.
It's like it's a compliment and not a compliment at the same time.
Yeah. It's like, oh great, I don't have to show this thing anymore. Like I really used to hate it. Like when I was 17, 18, like buying energy drinks and like getting ID'd for that. Now I don't really drink energy drinks like I used to when I was a kid. And rarely the time I do, it's like they just come over and they thing the machine. And I still expect them to ask.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I guess I look old then. Great, thanks.
Yeah. I was buying one of those mini bottles of wine. I was going to cook with it. And I bought my ID because I thought I'm going to get,
Yeah.
I tend to get ID'd still. Didn't get ID'd. Straight through.
Oh.
Just, I was like, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I've...
You feel a bit weird about it. You go, it's like, oh, brilliant. Hang on a minute. I didn't get ID'd.
Yeah, it's like, do I look haggard now?
I don't use the word haggard. I just say, what's the word?
Crispy.
Crispy? No. Sophisticated.
Sophisticated.
Yeah, that's why I tend to think. It's
experienced.
That's a better way to say it. I don't think the word haggard. Otherwise, I'm just going to feel bad about myself all day.
Haggard is quite strong, yeah. We don't look haggard. We're doing all right.
I mean, other than the bags under my eyes. But they're permanent, they are.
I heard somewhere that was genetic, bags.
Yeah, because my dad's got the same thing as well.
There we go.
Yeah. So people just think I look tired all the time. It's like, no, it's just the way my eyes look, unfortunately.
That's just my face.
That's just my face. My face just looks tired. I mean, it's better than my sister once said, when I walk, I got resting bitch face.
Oh, interesting.
Because I look quite intense when I'm walking, apparently. And I said to her, okay, yeah, I noticed that, but anytime I try to relax my face, I look mental.
Yeah.
Because my eyebrows are like this, and I'm like, do I look normal? I look normal, right?
So relaxed.
I'm not relaxed. And it's like, this is my natural face, I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
Always watching, I remember someone said to me, because me and my dad, we have the exact same walk. And it looks like we're walking like we're mad or pissed off. You know, like heavy foot.
Oh, you're stomping. You're a stomper.
And someone pointed that out to me. I went, oh, I'm not angry. I'm just, I tend to walk very fast.
Yeah, you just got places to be.
I just, sometimes I haven't got the patience to walk behind people.
Yeah.
I'm really bad for that.
My mum sometimes does this thing where she walks ahead of you and then she stops to do something,
yeah.
and then you
someone
crash into her, and you're like, why are you doing this? It's like, I'm not going to say it's on purpose, but just no peripheral vision sometimes.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm very much a stomper, and just like my like when I go shopping sometimes with like my mum, my sister, or like someone else, they always say, "Can you walk slow?" And I'm like, I'll try, but I don't think I can. Yeah,
I'm so used to people walking ahead of me now that I walk at like half the average speed of someone because I use a stick.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like,
trying.
bye.
I see. Thing is, I'm trying to walk slow because it's like a patience thing with me. It's like, okay, I don't need to storm off half down the street like I'm marching off to war or something. I can take my time. I'm not going anywhere.
Sometimes there's no rush and you just need to like chill out.
Yeah. But sometimes I just want to get stuff over with.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah. Do you have anything coming up you want to promote? I feel like it's become the done thing to like use podcasts to promote stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but just promote myself in general. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got a few things in the works, but no, I don't think anything big. I don't know.
Well, you know,
I'm just being me,
and we love it.
There we go. I promote myself. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. I'll put all of your stuff in the description as per. Blue.the.illustrator.
I need to change that. It's such a, when people ask for it, it's like, yeah, it's dot. It's like,
and that's your Instagram.
That's my Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I couldn't think of a better. It's like I really like. I see some people putting like studio and like really creative names. I'm like, I actually called the Illustrator. I couldn't come up with anything else.
I like Lou the Illustrator.
It's just because obviously like most people just call me Lou. They don't.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I've done something wrong, people call me Louis.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things.
It's nice. It's not like, it doesn't sound in any way stuffy or pretentious. It's quite nice, and I think it suits.
If you look at my Instagram, I am not stuffy. It's all bizarre on there. Like I was scrolling through it the other day. There's just, you can see where I started to where I am now, and nothing's coherent.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon you could probably see development.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, I've seen like sometimes people delete that kind of stuff, and it's like, I like remembering of like old drawings that I did when I was like 16.
Yeah.
Never throw away your old art. I did that, and it's one of the biggest mistakes I ever did.
That is... we need to talk about that.
Future episode.
Future episode. Wow, yeah. We did it, guys.
Yay.
Well done. Thank you for listening. You can find me at Ollie Kirkham on Instagram, where I post about my practice and other things. What else do I need to say at this point? Oh, podcast Instagram, Armchair Artist Pod, all one word. Go on the YouTube if you can't find the podcast on any of the usual streaming platforms. Links in the description, and yeah, hopefully the next episode won't be in a month's time. I've got some people lined up, so yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait to listen to that.
Thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing. Okay, bye everyone.
Ta-da.
Bye. Amazing.